The first year under assistant turned head coach Lane Lambert was a mixed bag for the New York Islanders, who were the final team in the league to clinch a playoff spot, ending the season with a 42-31-9 record and 93 points. With an aging team that was a step behind the Carolina Hurricanes and superstar goalie Ilya Sorokin cooling off, the Islanders were dispatched in the first round, losing the series in 6 games.
I believe in this team. It's obvious. I believed in it coming into the season, and I still do.
With roughly $6.1 million in cap space and one of the oldest rosters in the league, the Islanders entered the offseason with little wiggle room to reshape their roster and had several important unrestricted free agents of their own that needed to be signed. The first and perhaps most painful domino for Islanders fans fell on June 29th when Josh Bailey and a 2026 second-round pick were sent to Chicago for future considerations, saving the Islanders roughly $5 million and pushing their cap space to over $10 million. With the newfound cap space, Islanders GM Lou Lamoriello decided against drastically changing the roster and instead focused on re-signing and extending their own players during the opening hours of free agency, inking Sorokin to an 8-year extension worth $66 million, along with fellow goalie Semyon Varlamov, who was an unrestricted free agent and inked a 4-year, $11 million contract. Lamoriello also inked forward Pierre Engvall on a 7-year deal worth $21 million and defenseman Scott Mayfield for 7 years at $24.5 million, while signing restricted free agent Oliver Wahlstrom to a 1-year deal worth roughly $875,000. Due to an in-season trade for forward Bo Horvat, the Islanders did not hold a first-round selection and waited until the 49th pick to nab center Danny Nelson. This 6'3", 200-plus pounder is a tremendously intriguing talent, having played center and wing this past season for the U.S. National Team Development Program after playing defense the year prior for his high school in Minnesota. The Notre Dame commit has decent skating ability to pair with his puck skills and plus work ethic, but needs to be more consistent while improving his below-average hockey sense. Nelson projects as a bottom-6 forward or bottom-pair defenseman at the next level, but has a ton of room to develop and is a prospect to keep an eye on for the future. With no major changes to the roster during the offseason, the Islanders are hoping the dip in play this past season was only a minor bump in the road and not a sign of things to come. Should their assessment be wrong, the Islanders may be looking at wholesale changes to not only their coaching staff, but to the front office as well.
As I said, the last time, I don't know why these are such difficult questions when we are here. And as far as contractual situations, I think they're all personal. We're both under contract, have been and will be, and I think that's all that's necessary.
I'm Dennis Moorhead with Inside the Rink.